From the moment you step onto the aircraft, the world outside begins to feel a little smaller and a little quieter. The soft overhead lights glow like warm stars, guiding you to your seat. You settle in, feeling the gentle vibration of the cabin as other passengers buckle in, speaking in hushed excitement. Outside your window, the sunlight dances across the smooth curve of the wing, turning metal into gold. A flight attendant passes by with a reassuring smile, and for a moment, the entire cabin feels like a cozy floating room preparing for an unforgettable journey. As the engines awaken with a rising hum, the airplane feels alive beneath you, steady, powerful, and ready. The pilot's calm voice fills the cabin, giving you the confidence that you are in skilled hands. The aircraft begins to glide smoothly toward the runway, passing lights that flicker like small beacons leading the way. When we stop at the edge of the runway, there's a heartbeat of silence, a moment where everything feels suspended. Then, with a sudden, exhilarating surge, we're pushed forward. The world races past the window. Gravity softens. The entire plane lifts as if the sky itself is pulling us upward. And just like that, the ground melts away. The view from your window becomes a painting in motion, clouds drifting like slow, white ships across a sea of blue. The sun adds a warm glow that fills the cabin with peaceful light. Tiny houses and winding roads below look like pieces of a toy village, distant and quiet. You feel weightless, free. Even if a tiny bit of fear lingers, it transforms into awe. There's something strangely comforting about watching the world shrink beneath you, something magical about seeing how high human hands and human courage can reach. As the flight continues, the sky reveals new colors you've never noticed from the ground. Soft pastel blues blending into delicate pinks, the horizon stretching like an endless ribbon. The wing slices through thin layers of cloud, leaving trails of mist that sparkle in the sunlight. You lean closer to the window, watching the clouds swirl and shift like living sculptures. The altitude turns sound into a soft blanket around you. The engine's steady hum feels like a lullaby, encouraging your mind to drift into calm thoughts. Somewhere between the anxiety of departure and the excitement of arrival, you find a pocket of peace. Halfway through, the cabin dims slightly, and the atmosphere becomes dreamlike. The sun begins to set, painting the sky with fiery oranges and purples that glow across the cabin walls. It feels like you're flying through a sunset made just for you. For a moment, the world outside looks unreal, too beautiful to belong to the ordinary world. You watch the blinking wingtip light flicker against the deepening colors, like a small heartbeat guiding you through the sky. You find yourself smiling without realizing it. Fear melts away completely, replaced by an appreciation for the quiet wonder of being between clouds. A soft chime announces that we are beginning our descent. The clouds below open slowly, revealing a patchwork of city lights shimmering like constellations on the ground. Roads twist like glowing rivers. Cars become tiny moving sparks. The plane begins to lower gently, rocking slightly as it enters thicker air. But every movement feels controlled, practiced, familiar, like the aircraft knows exactly where it needs to go. Through your window, you see the runway appearing in the distance, a glowing path welcoming you home or inviting you to someplace new. As we sink closer to the earth, the plane glides with elegant precision. The lights blur, then sharpen again as the wheels stretch toward the ground. With a firm but graceful touch, the landing gear connects with the runway. You hear the soft roar of the engines reversing, guiding the aircraft to a safe, steady roll. A quiet wave of relief washes through the cabin, followed by smiles and the rustle of passengers preparing to stand. The journey is complete, but the memory of the clouds, the colors, and the calm sky stays with you. As the plane slows to a gentle stop at the gate, you take one last look out the window. The clouds behind you, the warm lights ahead of you, and a sense of pride in having embraced both the fear and the beauty of the journey. You step off the aircraft not just as a passenger, but as someone who traveled through the sky and found a moment of magic along the way. As the aircraft slows to a gentle crawl and turns toward the terminal, you feel a quiet satisfaction settling in your chest. The journey through the sky may be over, but a new part of the adventure begins the moment the wheels leave the runway behind. Through the window, you watch airport workers guide the plane forward with glowing wands, their movements smooth and practiced, almost like a welcoming dance. The terminal windows gleam with reflections of the aircraft's lights, and you can sense the energy of arrival, a city breathing, waiting, alive. When the seatbelt light finally turns off with a soft chime, people around you slowly rise, stretching, adjusting jackets, sharing small smiles with strangers who became silent companions in the sky. You stand as well, feeling the excitement of stepping into a new place. Or perhaps the comfort of returning home. The luggage compartments click open one by one, and the cabin fills with the warm shuffle of people preparing to leave. There's a sweetness in this moment, the calm after a journey, the anticipation before stepping onto fresh ground. As you walk down the narrow aisle, the cabin feels different now. Quieter, familiar, almost sentimental. You pass by the cockpit, and the flight crew offers friendly goodbyes. Their smiles remind you how much care and unseen skill went into the flight you just experienced. And then, stepping through the aircraft door, a wave of new air greets your face. Cooler, sharper, filled with the scent of a place that isn't the sky. Inside the jet bridge, your footsteps echo lightly as you move forward. The world seems brighter here. Lights reflect off polished floors, distant announcements echo softly, and travelers from many places weave in and out like a living river of stories. You follow the flow, feeling both small and limitless at the same time. Your suitcase waits for you somewhere below, spinning slowly on a carousel, ready to continue the journey at your side. When you finally step out into the main airport hall, everything expands. Screens flash destinations and arrival times. Carts hum past. The smell of fresh coffee rolls through the air. And right there, in the hum and buzz of arrivals, you feel something powerful, that the journey didn't end with the landing. Simply changed shape. You've touched the sky today. You've moved through clouds, through colors, through fear, wonder, calm, and excitement. And now the world around you feels a little bigger, a little softer, a little more magical because of it. Maybe you're meeting someone you missed. Maybe you're stepping into a new chapter. Or maybe you're simply returning to a familiar place with a refreshed heart. Whatever waits beyond the airport doors, you carry with you the memory of quiet skies, warm sunsets, and that peaceful moment when you realized you were flying, not just through the air, but through an experience that will stay with you long after you've touched the ground. As the plane begins its descent, there's an almost theatrical shift in the cabin. Seatbelts click, trays snap into place, and everyone suddenly remembers that they really don't like turbulence.